I recall quite fondly being somewhere around the age of, it must have been 11, in early 2000s, when my mother collected me and my three siblings in order to watch something that she was so passionate about and concerned about. And it turns out that this documentary was titled An Inconvenient Truth by Al Gore. And I recall my mother being very shocked about the implications of the information which was provided in this documentary about climate change and greenhouse gases and the direct impact of our increasing human population with industrial practices on the climate, on Earth, on the air, on the water. And I remember after watching it, she was so ignited, so impulsed by the information that she had received, that not only did she want to share it with all of her kids, but she wanted to explain an action plan. She wanted to explain an action plan as to how we could all contribute to the betterment of society, of the globe, of the earth. And I remember that this information for her was very novel, but it came into my field whenever I was just 11. And since then, it's been a very predominant part of my perception, especially just seeing your mom so concerned about what's going on in the world really affects you whenever you're so young, I guess. And ever since then, it's been a very prevalent piece of my personal history. And I feel like it's interesting to see those contrasts between my generation and hers in just the availability of information regarding this particular subject. My grandparent, so I'm trying to provide a generational history of our climate story, and I can't even imagine my grandparents having awareness of climate change, of how their individual practices could make an impact on the global picture of the world. I think my grandparents lived in a very different time, a time where industrialization was exonerated more than it was considered to be a negative attribute of the environment. And I think it was seen as progress rather than destructive. And I think that's a very interesting paradigm shift that's happened. And I mean, considering the whole scheme of time in a very short amount of time, just a couple of generations. So that is as far as I can go into my generational climate story, as my grandparents are the furthest in my family line that I was so blessed to know. Thank you so much for watching.